Hello, my name is Eric Charles Hawkinson. I'm an educator and researcher living in northern Kyoto Prefecture in Japan, and today I'd like to introduce to you my latest project in informal learning environments. Informal learning is very important. It's any learning that takes place outside of a formal arena, like a classroom or a training room at a workplace. Like, for example, you might watch a senior coworker, do their job more efficiently and mimic them, and that is different from what you would learn how to do your job in the training room that your employer provided for you. This is my latest project, trying to use that informal learning setting and combine it with the economics of tourism, and it's called the Amano Hashidate Panorama Exhibit. It's part of a larger project that I started last year in 2011 called Forever Kyoto. Forever Kyoto has three main objectives, and that is to promote tourism in Japan, especially in rural areas, to international guests, and to conduct research into how best to appeal to those tourists to come outside of the city. Kyoto is one of the premier tourist attractions in Japan outside of Tokyo and Osaka, but not a lot of them get outside of the city. This doing research into how to best appeal to them and how best provide to them to get out to the city and come to see the countryside and what the rural areas just outside the city has to offer them. And to take some of that information and turn it back and provide for the local business people and community members and tourism promoters best ways to appeal to them and give them feedback on how the international guests feel about the area and their services. Some of the past activities I've been doing with this project, I've been doing some internet marketing research. I recently did some counseling with the city of Kyoto to do some research and some data mining into social media, how best to use social media to appeal, especially to rural areas in Japan, to international guests. And I've been doing some cultural awareness seminars throughout northern Kyoto area. This Amano Hashidate project has a bunch of objectives, but the main objective is to provide the international guests a more enjoyable experience when visiting the area. And these are some of the sub-objectives to reach that goal, and that's to teach visitors about the local culture and deep culture and history that surrounds the area, and to acclimate them to the surroundings, improve their satisfaction, and we want to encourage them to recount their visit online. I've done some recent research into EWAM, which is electronic word of mouth, and how it's important to the tourism industry to see other people engaged and talking about their experiences while traveling, and to take that information and give it back to the local business owners to better improve their services and products. So, the location. This is Amano Hashidate. I'll take you through these Amano Hashidate, these three Chinese characters, kanji as it were: heaven, bridge, standing. The folklore is that after God created Japan and he was returning to the heavens on his with a ladder to the heavens, as soon as he got back to the heavens, that ladder fell back down to earth and created this 3-kilometer sandbar. This picture you see here, it's in northern Kyoto Prefecture in Miyazu City. It's not visited highly by international guests, only about 5,000 international guests per year, mostly Koreans and Chinese, and there is very little information right now in those languages for those guests, and that's what part of this project hopes to accomplish. So we're talking about learning objectives when we're talking informal learning, but when we're talking about learning for tourist objectives, it's kind of have to walk a thin line between enjoyment and education. So the trick is to teach people things, but they're not supposed to be aware that they're actually learning anything. But to keep that in mind, there are some, if they learn something, the overall experience is more enjoyable. But if they feel like it's work in any way, that might detract. So it's a thin line. And so, but basically, we want to make sure that the visitors can identify and engage with the area. They have some sense of the rich, deep history and cultural aspects surrounding the environment, and they're able to navigate around and go around the area easily without any distractions, and they enjoy their visit. That's the main emphasis of this project. So there are many goals to get to this, but the first one is, the first that I propose anyway, is my Panorama Exhibit. Now this is the Skydeck Scenic Viewpoint located on the north side of Amanahashidate. It's fairly new. It's just a deck that you go out and look around the area, and you can see the whole city. You can see the whole viewpoint. It's a 360-degree area. So I want to use this area. There's no information here, you see. You just look out, and that's the whole beauty of it. The panorama is beautiful. There's a lot of beauty, natural beauty to see, but especially for foreign guests, you're not aware of what you're looking at, and that's what I'm looking to serve. So I want to put this placard here with a simple QR code with some guide saying, hey, what's that over there? Korean, Chinese, and English, starting with English. So you take a snapshot of this QR code with any smart device, any mobile device, and it'll take you to the project website. And that's Forever Kyoto. I'll go to a featured page. This is the Amanahashidate area, looking from a satellite view, and the sky deck is in this area here on the north face. And the Panorama Exhibit, after they click on this QR code, it'll take them to a Panorama Exhibit. So you'll hold your iPhone or your Android device or even your iPad, and you can just go across the area left to right. I'm using my mouse to do this now, but it'll be gyro specific. So if you're pointing your iPad in this direction, it will just know intrinsically that that's what you're looking at. And it'll tell you what exactly you're looking at. And all these areas have a specific learning item attached to them. For example, let's see here, we have a rotating bridge that's located on the south side, and then it could take you to simple things as far as just like a YouTube page. This bridge rotates to allow ferries and boats to pass through, and it rotates back as soon as the boats have passed to let pedestrians cross. So this is using your smartphone, and this is probably a very sunny area, so smartphones and iPads will let the international guests know exactly what they're looking at and get them familiar with the area and give them some hints and insights to what they were looking at. But even if they don't have a smartphone, I'm going to, in later aspects of this project, upside this, it's called the Panorama Cafe, aptly named for this project actually, I'm proposing a informational kiosk using some other technologies that employ this panorama and website tools with an interactive touchscreen while they sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee or an ice cream sundae. So this is just the first stages of this project, but we want to be able to assess how well these learning objectives, these fuzzy learning objectives, are being accomplished. So as the users click on this QR code, access this data, a random number of people will be polled to get their satisfaction of the experience. And if the uplink or there will be social links attached to the exhibit. If they choose to send them or upload them to their private Facebook pages, or they access the Twitter accounts or the Facebook pages associated with this exhibit, we can mine that data for feedback to give back to the business owners and promoters of the area. And we can use that Facebook Insight data and the email accounts associated with the people that link to it to poll them after a few days. So we're going to get assessment on the spot and assessment after the visitors return to their home country. And we can use Google Trends and Analytics on the website to better mine the demographics and types of people that visit the website and area. And we can use, in the future, when we integrate this exhibit into smartphone applications, we can use the App Store and Android Marketplace rankings with their feedback as well. So in the future, I'm going to add these information kiosks with these same informational tools, use QR codes even in the souvenir shops associated with this project at the website to give international guests information about popular souvenirs and foods that they might be looking at in their native language, and maybe even some social gaming and some way to, for example, GPS gaming, to be able to say that I've been to each part of the area and check in, as it were, using several social media applications. And if you check into all of them, you'll be rewarded in some fashion. That's the basic introduction to this project right now. There's a lot more coming soon. So thank you for listening, and I hope you will continue to be interested in my Forever Kyoto project. Again, this is Eric Hawkinson. Thanks for listening.